Good morning, Forest. I'm Tori.
And I'm Evangeline.
And today's date is Thursday, September 17th. And on today's show, we're going to be taking a look at information on homecoming and our sports teams at Forest.
Club Rush is a great opportunity for students to get more involved here at Forest. Make sure to get with your club sponsors if you miss Club Rush. You can be in as many clubs as you want.
Well, now that I know that I can be in so many clubs, I may have to join some more.
Let's go take a look with Ella on information about homecoming.
Hey Forest, this is Ella Forte here to give you all the homecoming information for this year. Homecoming week will happen October 26th through the 30th. Our football team is playing Denellen High School, and the theme for the year is Tame the Tigers. Let's check out our dress-up days for this year. We will not be having a dance this year, but we're looking at a spring homecoming for the basketball season, and we still want to see you show your Forest pride by participating in all our events for the year. Some of these events include our dress-up days, powder puff, Cats Capers, Wacky Wildcat games, and our pep rally. Now let's head back to our anchors.
Remember, sophomores, juniors, and seniors, keep bringing in those textbooks and wearing your school IDs from last year.
While you're remembering your ID, you can also remember to purchase your FHS gear, including your Forest hoodies, t-shirts, and quarter zips. See an SGA member or Miss Miller for questions.
While we can't go to sporting events, we can still wear our Wildcat gear and support our teams.
Speaking of sports, let's pass it over to Grayson with our sports for today.
Good morning, Forest. I'm Grayson with your sports news for today. Our Wildcat teams have a big night ahead as the boys and girls golf team have a match this evening. The girls play at the Shores and the boys play at Muni. Let's take a look at the boys preseason with Ella.
With the start of fall sports, our boys golf team at Forest High School has had to make sure they're prepared for the season.
So some of the preparations for the season is we have a new coach, so we had to figure out all the stuff with the new coach and get all of our lineups and stuff. And then we just had to figure out what we can and cannot do due to COVID.
To prepare for the season, we've just been doing some practices to get ready. Had a lot going on with COVID, so we had to change our schedule up here about a month ago. So I've been working on scheduling as a coach and then trying to get the roster lined up for this year.
The golf team has been working hard to prepare for the season, and with another season comes a new goal.
I mean, the main goal is to get to state. If we have state tournament this year, the main goal would be to first get the districts in, hopefully we can play there, and then regionals and state. And then pretty much it's just the process of trying to get a little better every day.
Ultimately, our goal as a team is to obviously go to states and compete well, maybe not with COVID, but we just want to go to districts, regionals, and states.
The boys are still striving to achieve this goal, even with all the new precautions they have to take regarding COVID.
To accommodate, just make sure that we're, not near each other on the golf course and practice just trying to follow the CDC. I mean, that's the main thing.
What COVID's done to our season is usually we have 10 to 12 matches in the normal season, but with COVID we only have 8, and we can't shake hands and other things like you can't touch the pins and just simple stuff like that.
We're excited to see how our boys crush the competition this year. For WCAT, this has been Ella Forte reporting.
Thanks, Ella. Now for the girls preseason with Megan.
This season, I've been playing during the summer with friends and getting coached by my dad to prepare for the fourth season.
This year, the girls' golf team has made lots of adjustments due to COVID, and they are keeping everyone safe with more rules.
COVID's affected practice a lot by we can't take the pins out, and we all have to stay socially distanced.
Thanks for tuning in, and make sure to come support our girls at their upcoming matches.
In addition to golf, I hear the swim team had a great off-season as well. Let's check in with Maddie.
The Forest Swim Team is a group of dedicated individuals who devote themselves to their sport and their early morning practices. Though they haven't been affected too much by COVID, they still need to be cautious of their surroundings. These early morning practices will pay off soon in their upcoming meet today.
COVID affected the preseason mostly with the start date. Luckily for swimming, the swimmers spend their whole entire time with their face in the chlorine, so it's kind of hard for COVID to be a big, huge issue, and we can keep them pretty social distance by spreading them out on each end of the lane. So it hasn't affected us too much other than the start date.
It hasn't been much different. We've really just been trying to get in the pool. We got in about 2 weeks ago. We have a lot more swimmers than last year. The girls have about the same amount. The guys have a little bit more. It's a little bit easier because with COVID, it's supposed to be killed in chlorine, so we've been able to get in a little bit earlier than all the other sports. So it's been a lot nicer than the football players and volleyball players.
It's had to make us a little cautious when we're in the locker room and things like that. Also, we have to spread out a little bit more when we're swimming. So it hasn't really done much, but it's kind of just spread us out a little bit more. So it's just a little different.
They've been practicing since the middle of August to get back in their routine from their long break from COVID.
Oh, I am most looking forward to all of the swim meets. Our first one is today, and we are stoked. We're going to have some great relays, which are always the most fun. Lots of team spirit. We're really excited to get started, at least.
I'm looking forward to go to states. I placed second and third at states last year, so this year I'm trying to win states.
My goals for the season are to just get faster times in breaststroke and freestyle, and hopefully go on to regionals.
Even though they got to get back to their sport quicker than others, they're still practicing as much as they can. This has been Maddie Chandler reporting for WCAT.
Last Tuesday, the girls volleyball team took on the Bellevue Rattlers and came out with an easy victory.
Hey Forest, it's Delaney here at the Forest versus Bellevue volleyball game where our girls just claimed another win in their undefeated season against Bellevue. Tonight we spoke to some of our players about their futures in volleyball.
I started volleyball because of my parents. They played when they were younger, and me and my sister got into it when we were really little.
I started playing volleyball because one day I started going to volleyball camps, and I used to cry and cry. I didn't want to play, and then I learned to love the game, and I loved that the whole team's a family and that we all just bond great. And my favorite part of volleyball would probably be making a family with the team. You're not just teammates, you learn to love each other personally, and that's the biggest thing for me. My plans for the future are to hopefully play college anywhere. That would be amazing for me, and just to have fun.
I would go to college because of a scholarship, but I don't plan to. I want to be a vet when I'm older, so it doesn't really allow time for me to go play volleyball as well.
Reporting from the Forest Gymnasium, this has been Delaney Heiss. Now back to your anchors.
Anyone interested in joining the girls weightlifting team, please stop by Coach Saint's room in B 253 after school sometime this week. Off-season conditioning and workouts for boys lacrosse begins on October 5th. Anyone interested must have a current physical and pink card on file. See Coach Strasser for questions. That's all the sports I have for you today. Once again, I'm Grayson. Now back to your anchors.
Thanks, Grayson. That's all the news we have for you today. To stay updated on all things Forest, make sure to follow us at FHS_WCAT on Snapchat, TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Once again, I'm Evangeline.
And I'm Torin.
Have a great day, Forest, and like always,
Go
Cats!
Cats.